What up, Virginia Jets fans? This is your president, Adam Bartolo, recording live from the studio apartment in Newport News, Virginia. It is week 8. The Jets are hosting the Cincinnati Bengals on this Halloween weekend. The Bengals are coming off a 41-17 thrashing of the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. This is not your Big Brother's Bengals or your Papa's Bengals. No. If the season ended right now, they would be the number 1 seed in the AFC. The Jets, not so much. So, and just to give you an update, because this might be what we're focusing on, if the season ended today, the Jets would have 4 of the top 45 picks in the NFL draft. Numbers 4, 8, 37, and 45. We're always hoping in those lottery tickets, but let's preview the game. So, when the Jets are on defense, let's switch it up. Let's do a little reverse psychology here, right? Bengals have a pretty stellar offense. They're 13th in yards per game, about 370. They're 7th in points per game with 27. They're led by LSU quarterback Joe Burrow, number 1 pick from a couple of years back. He's completing 69% of his passes for 1,956 yards, 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and he's got a 108 quarterback rating. Pretty solid. Now, one of the things here is that the Jets are blitzing a lot more than than I would have expected, because the Robert Saleh defense is not known for blitzing. They do have the 11th highest blitz rate in the league, and Burrow is completing 70% of his passes against the blitz. So I don't like the idea of blitzing. I want to rush with the front 4 and play the other 7 defenders back in coverage to try to contain these weapons. Who are these weapons? Well, Joe Mixon's their top running back, number 25. He's got 123 rushes this year for 539 yards, about 4.5 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, that is the weapon. Number 1, he played at LSU with Joe Burrow. This year he's got 25 catches on 51 targets, 754 yards. That's second in the league. 6 touchdowns, and also he has 13 plays of 20 yards or more. He is a big play threat, to say the very least. Now, what I'm wondering is if they're just going to the Jets are going to put Bryce Hall on him one-on-one, or double him and let Bryce Hall take one of these other receivers like a Tyler Boyd or a T. Higgins. It'll be very interesting to see how they play that. At tight end, C.J. Uzomah, number 87, he's got 17 catches on 19 targets for 256 yards and 5 touchdowns. 6 plays over 20 yards. So about 25% of the time he's been targeted, he scores a touchdown. Keep that in mind. Their offensive line, pretty mediocre, especially on the inside with Quentin Spain, Trey Hopkins, Jackson Carman, and Trey Hill. So if the Jets are going to do a good job on defense, they've got to get that inside pressure going with Quinn Williams, Foley Fatukasi, Sheldon Rankins, John Franklin Myers. Time for him to start showing up again. Bryce Huff will not play in this game at defensive end, so keep that in mind. Now, when the Jets have the ball, Mike White will be playing quarterback. Because of that, I'm expecting what we usually get, a lot of early runs, as opposed to the Jets giving us the runs. No, they're actually going to try running. But I think if the Jets fall behind early, they're going to have to start throwing, and that might lead to turnovers. So they cannot fall behind early in this game. On defense, Cincinnati is 10th in yards per game. They're allowing about 94 yards on the ground per game. So they've got a pretty stout run defense. They're only allowing 18 points per game. That's 5th in the league. Now, one of the things that you're not going to know a whole lot of names. I didn't know a whole lot of names on this defense, but we'll run through a couple of them. Larry Ogunjobi at defensive tackle, pretty good player. Plus, I wanted a reason to just say Ogunjobi. I mean, come on now. 25 tackles, 2.5 sacks. At defensive end, their big pass rushing threat is Trey Hendrickson. Defensive end, they signed from New Orleans. May not play in this game. He's got a little bit of a shoulder injury, but he's got 6.5 sacks already this year, including 5 tackles for a loss. One guy who's had an excellent season is number 55 linebacker Logan Wilson. 60 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, 4 interceptions for a linebacker. Pretty impressive. This guy's a difference maker. And one of the more underrated players in the league is their free safety, number 30, Jesse Bates. Excellent organizer, excellent leader. He's got 100 tackles in each of his first 3 seasons, so he has a way of knowing where the play is going to go and making the tackle. So with what's going on here, the Jets are not going to have Corey Davis in this game. We're almost certain. This is going to lead to a lot of opportunities for guys like Denzel Mims, Elijah Moore. I want to see those guys have some big games here. Those are the guys who need to start stepping up and making a difference. Jamison Crowder as well. All right, couple other notes. Not going to give you too many stats besides that. Cincinnati's got, with penalties, that's pretty interesting. Cincinnati's only taken 30. That's third best in the league as opposed to the Jets, who have taken 39. It feels like a lot more. I think it's just because the Jets are taking penalties at the absolute worst times. And here's the big thing I'm wondering. What will happen first? Place your bets. Will the Jets score a point in the first quarter, or will the Jets defense get an interception? Place your bets on that. Or maybe they'll just get a pick six on the same play in the first quarter. Who knows? Maybe both will happen at the same time. We can hope, right? Okay, club notes. This Sunday, AJ Gators, 1 p.m. It'll be the costume party. Show up in costume. The winner will get a fantastic prize. We're all going to vote at halftime on who we think has the best prize. The next game, remember, Thursday night, 8:15. AJ Gators, Jets at Colts. We will have a special raffle prize, so hopefully that's some incentive for you to come out. So I can't wait to see you guys Sunday. Let's be loud. Let's be proud. Go Jets.